Dude, where the hell is Low Quality Ducks Fan?
I don't think we have a Ducks low qual.
How are we supposed to have a battle of wits if the guy isn't even here?
Well, I don't know. What if we did like a stand-in?
Huh. You mean like a body double thing?
Yeah, we just need someone who's just like Low Quality Ducks Fan.
Huh. But where do we find someone who willingly embarrasses themselves night in and night out? No, not just embarrasses themselves, but acts like every humiliating loss is part of some big genius plan to win the cup, even though we all know that they'll be stuck in mediocrity for the next half decade at least, all the while spewing nonsense about development and culture. Meanwhile, they're losing to teams actively trying to be bad at the very sport they make a living off of. You thinking of who I'm thinking of?
I literally never know what's going through your head.
I'll get him in here.
Hey, did you call for me? Yeah, that'll work.
Look, Johnny Pot, it was either you or the Senators, and I gotta be honest, I don't have a Senators jersey yet, so... Sorry. Low quality fans of a high quality Bruins team, that is another dub! Yes! I have run out of ways to say that this team kicks ass! Because they do! They line up the ass and they kick it! All of it! All of it! Oh my god, what a beatdown! All they did all night was clap cheeks, dude. What? How do you analyze this game? Hey, this team really sucked and this team didn't. I mean, that was the best team in the league versus the worst team in the league. That's what that was. Sure, maybe throw Chicago in there. I don't know, but holy. The Ducks are bad. They're bad. They're really bad. They're 31st in goals scored, 32nd in goals allowed. That's not great. That's not a good pair right there. They are 31st on the penalty kill and 30th in the power play. That means both their special teams and how much they score and how many goals they allow are all in the bottom three. That's a bad team. Usually when you see terrible teams, they still would be like, hey, we're like 24th in goals scored or something like that. They're not, every single stat and part of them is like the worst in the freaking league. That's horrendous. That is really bad. We played them on October 20th, our 6th game of the season. We already knew they were going to be bad. We already knew this at that time. And they took us all the way to a shootout. We eked out a shootout win against them, which you know us in shootouts, not always a pretty picture. But we got to win. The reason we got that win is Gibson, well, not the reason we got the win, the reason it took a shootout is Gibson had his second best game of the season outside of a shutout earlier this week to Dallas. He was phenomenal. And in this game, he got fucked. That was bad. And it wasn't even like all on him. It's not like he had any help at all. He made a couple tremendous saves, but also not great. Just not great. Swayman's going to get the start for us. He was awesome. Again. Maybe it's time to just say Swayman's back. Zaboral is back to the bench. Wagner is going to make his season debut. I see a lot of people being like, why are we even bothering with this? Come on. It's game 40 in the regular season against the Ducks. Let Wagner have this for a moment, shall we? Talking to you, Andrew. Let him have it. Well, listen to the Short Shift Pod. Smith will play on the first line. I hate it. The result of this game doesn't change my mind about that. Pasta is back with Krejci and Zaka, which has been terrible lately. These are notes that I do preview of the game. That was different this game. It was different. That line was dominant. Still love that our third line is Hall, Coyle, Freddie. I just think Hall does belong in the top 6. Should Freddie be on the first line instead of Smith? The answer to that may surprise you. Like, comment, subscribe. Did you? Excellent. Now I can say it. Freddie should be on the first line over Smith. Yeah, for sure. Also, that'd be really fun to watch. I can't believe, who have I become? Puck drops! First 3 words and notes for puck drops. Oh, hells yeah. 3:49 in. It feels like home ice. Let's go Bruins chants all game. We're going to talk a little more about chants in a bit. Great pass by Zacha to Pasta to get into the zone. He just spins and waits for everyone to come in to set up. That's the kind of space and time the Ducks are giving us. You can take the zone, you put the brakes on, and you wait. And if you have a little bit of puck handling acumen, you can take enough time for everyone else to get in there. They're just not attacking defensively. Well, he fires this off the boards to Krejci, who is behind Gibson. Krejci collects, whips it right back up to Pasta, who is on the right circle. And this is a short side, sniperoonie and cheese, top glove, 1-0. Pasta's 30th of the season in 40 games. That's pretty dang good. He's on pace for over 60 goals. That's really good. Really good. We are going to get kind of a feverish moment right after that. It's a really bad play by Nosek in the offensive zone, who tries to force something up to Foligno that's easily intercepted. It's a 3-on-2 the other way. Shot, save, trickles out, scramble in front of the net. Net gets knocked off, and about 2 seconds later, puck slides into the knocked off net. They celebrate. They've been waving those off all year. If the net gets knocked off, it's not a goal unless the puck was right there and the defender knocked it off. Other than that, there's no punishment, there's no goal, nothing. That does need to get looked at, I think, the next time that they're doing rule changes and whatnot. There needs to be something about knocking the net off. This instance obviously shouldn't have been a goal anyway. People got shoved into it. That's a different kind of scenario. 9:46 in. This is too easy. It's a hard wraparound into the boards, and Zacha, who's hard wraparound from the right, Zacha on the left wall is going to collect it. No one really even close to him. He's going to fire it right back down the wall. And Pasta, this is a missile. I can't believe he collected this so smoothly. But he's behind the net. He collects. He does that little quick pass up to Krejci, who's standing right in front of Gibson, high glove. And we are less than 10 minutes in. We're 2 goals up. Pasta and Krejci each have them. And I'm sitting there going, hey, maybe the check line's going to have a good game for once. Yeah, I think they did. 4 minutes left. It's a 2v1. Lindholm expertly breaks it up. Lindholm had a great game. The game was still in the balance here, so I wanted to point this out. There were little interjecting plays. Interjecting, as if like they were interrupting our game. It was. We were the better team. We were smoking them. And once in a while, they would rudely take the puck and go into our zone. I didn't like it, but they kept doing it. It was weird to me. Anyway, he expertly breaks that up. About a minute and a half later, though, we do make it too easy, and I think the boys got a little lazy on this one. It's a nice transition to get into the zone by them. It's a hard, clean pass from Vachano at the right point, down to Strome below the left circle. I am just struggling right now. He's got Zegras skating into that left circle, right? So it went Vatrano, diagonal across, down to Strome, right below that circle. Just pushes it up into the circle. Zegras steps into it and hammers this. Swayman gives up a ton on the short side as he's reacting to that pass forward. I think he expected it to go farther to the point, and he just gets beat short side on this one. It's not a great one to give up. It's not one that you're going to get pissed about, but also that's a save that I think is in Swayman's repertoire. I was kind of surprised to see that one go in, but it's 2-1. It's 2-1. The game doesn't feel like it's really in concern. I'm sitting there going, all right, let's not let these guys hang around too long. I'm just kind of waiting for the dam to break, though, because that's how bad the Ducks looked the whole first. After the goal, Zegras is understandably pumped and says something along the lines of, Freddie, you're a little bitch boy. I don't actually know what he said, but I think it'd be kind of funny if that's what he said. Freddie gets upset. Comtois comes in. Yeah. Jumps in, gets between Freddie and Zegras, because Zegras isn't going to fight. They never actually fight. Marchand and Comtois go for roughing each during this, which was weird. So we're going to get a 4v4 with about 30 seconds left in that 4v4. Pasta with a very antsy hooking call. There's no reason to do this in the offensive zone. Hooks a player. We're going to have a 4v3 for 30 seconds to kill off, and then a $1.30 of the typical 5v4. Excellent penalty killing. Important, because you don't want to allow them to tie the game on this. And we didn't. Second period, 8:36 left. The first 11 minutes are more the same. And it's getting chippier. But the Ducks are starting to fade. The ferocity that was coming at the end of the first and early in the second, the physicality, I was like, all right, that's how a bad team stays in the game. They make you pay the price for touching the puck. They just couldn't keep it up. A lot of skill on that team, not a lot of rough and tough. Anyway, 8:36 left. Marchand's going to get tripped and go to the power play. 32 seconds into this, after Marchand misses a wide open net, the puck gets cycled back up around to Pasta from his office in the left circle. Puck gets knocked down on his shot and squirts back out to him. He collects, little toe drag, beats Gibson short side. Again, Gibson wasn't great. That's probably one he should have had, but it's a hell of a snapshot. 3-1, power play goal. 17 seconds later, a gorgeous pass by Grzelcyk from our zone, catching Pasta, who's behind the defense, about to get in the offensive zone. Catching him in stride, by the way. Just excellent tape to tape. Easy breakaway. Fake shot, inside, outside, roof it. 4-1. Pasta has his hat trick. Just pay the man. For the love of Christ. Just pay him. Please. Please, I'm begging. Just pay him. Pay him before the deadline. 4:36 left. Zaka's going to go for tripping. We kill that off too. Excellent special teams once again tonight. Third period comes around. A lot more shots for the Ducks in this period, but Swayman stand tall, and it is kind of sad because the game's over. Not sad, but funny. The game's over. And they just keep getting in our zone, taking a couple jabs at Swayman. Swayman knocks him away. We go back the other way, we score. 134 in Klingberg for tripping. Power play, no dice. 6:20 in. Big save by Sway at our end. Back the other way. Marchand and Freddie 2v1. Marchand tries to force this to Freddie. Puck goes for a bounce. Ends up behind the net with Freddie and Marchand. And Freddie lost the puck. Marchand did not. Collects, wraps around. Gibson hasn't recovered from attempting a save on a shot that never happened. It's going to be 5-1 on that little wraparound. Good job by Marchand. 8:34 left. Storybook. It's a nice pinch by Lindholm down that left wall to prevent a clear. He collects right before he gets to that red line, right before the illegal area for the goalie to go into. He's just going to chuck this off the helmet and in. Easy peasy. Storybook. He scores in his return to Anaheim. It's 6-1. It's officially an ass kicking. And then about 5 minutes later, great fight in the third line to keep this puck alive. The fact that they kept fighting this hard to keep the offensive zone pressure going in a 6-1 game, there's a lot to be said about that. Anyway, it's a nice keep by Coyle. He tosses it to Grizz, who's in that high slot right on the blue line. It's gonna be a give and go. Goes it right back to Coyle on that left circle. The defense drifted away from him. He goes right in on Gibson, fakes the cross crease or kind of shot. Wasn't really sure exactly what he was faking. I'm sure his eyes played a big part in this. But Gibson gives him a little room on that short side. And then Coyle goes as if he's going to go around the net, and Gibson bites. He gives up too much area on that short side. Coyle uses his reach to just go between the pad and the post and dunk it. 7-1. Coyle barely even celebrates. He's like, yeah, can we go home now? Like, this one's over. And it was over. Yankees suck chants began throughout the arena. That's when you know the boys have had some drinks. What a beautiful game. What a beautiful game. What a beautiful win. And some game notes. This is such... I feel like there's games that are easy to analyze and have interesting things to say about, and games that there aren't. And this is actually a difficult to analyze game because all it was a far more talented team kicking the bejesus out of an undermanned, not so much because of injuries, just because of talent team. I mean, they had some injuries too. Drysdale's out. But that was an ass kicking. Everything went our way. We just kept pouring down on them. We never took our foot off the gas. We just kicking the crap out of them. I mean, the check line was dominant for the first time in 4 or 5 weeks. So that's nice to see. Hopefully this gives them some confidence to keep growing on that. Pasta, pay the guy, please. Pay him. Pasta should be paid. Moving on. Swayman, fantastic. Really great job. Not challenged super often, but once in a while he was, and he made some big saves. Bergeron hit 600 assists. That's another little fun game note. Everyone was great. Wagner didn't look good. That's fine. It's fine. Who cares? Give him this one. He's not going to be a staple in the lineup. It's fine. Put Freddie on the first line for me next game, just for shits and gigs, please. Just for shits and gigs. And I think it'd be really fun. Really fun. Let's do it. I just want to have fun. 40 games. We have 68 points in 40 games. We have a plus 68 goal differential in 40 games. I mean, we have more points right now than I think the bottom 4 teams will end up with. Maybe 5. That's how unbelievable. We're not even midway through the season. And we have more points than some teams will finish the season with. This team's great. Let's keep dunking on those fools. Nice to have a blowout win every now and again. I lost fantasy because Swayman had a great game. I'm okay with it. I'm okay with it. You know what I'm going to say now. You always know. Go Bees!